What's up, guys? This is Tyler from House of Cards TCG and bringing you another live duel, this time featuring Shane versus myself. We're both playing Vanquish Soul. Shane is on an interesting Kashtira Vanquish Soul build, which is a heavy Kashtira, features Rise Heart, Unicorn, Theosis, Birth, and even Pressure Planet, versus my Vanquish Soul hand trap variant, which is just more hand traps. This is a round 3 match. Shane and I did face off in the top 4, so stay tuned, subscribe for those so you can check it out. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, so your help would be much appreciated as we try to get there. Hopefully, maybe even before Nats. That's our goal. So we're going to continue putting out content like this. And if you enjoy the live duels, please comment, let us know down below, and like this so that we're aware that you enjoy these live duel content. So with all that being said, let's dive into our round 3 match, which is Shane on that Vanquish Soul Kashtira versus myself on a pure Vanquish Soul.
House of Cards.
TCG.
Alright, diving on in to our feature match from round 3. I am on the right and Shane is on the left, so this should be a really good match. Obviously, both of us do very well at YCS and Nats, so we should see a really good match here between the two of us. Obviously, it's a Vanquish Soul mirror, but Shane on the left is playing Kashtira Vanquish Soul with more of a heavy Kashtira, including Rise Heart, Unicorn, Theosis, Birth, versus myself on the right. So this should be a good match. We're going to start with a normal summon of a Mad Love. Unfortunate, did not see the Raisin in the opening hand. So we are going to go ahead and go Mad Love 1. And I think we're thinking on which one we want to go with. Do we want to go with Continue or do we want to go with the Dust Devil? And so a lot of times it's hard to decipher which one you want to grab, whether it be Continue or the Dust Devil. Here we're going to grab the Dust Devil, knowing that he is on the Kashtira package, obviously. But sometimes Continue is just good, but usually better when you could just bring back Raisin. We're going to go Heavy Burger, bounce back the Mad Love to hand, and then we're going to go ahead and see the Heavy Burger to draw. So we do go ahead and draw. It does look like we get a Stake Your Soul and Reveal Ash, so that draw allowing us to get to the Stake Your Soul. That's going to bring out Raisin. We're thinking on which zone placement we're going to do here, so we're going to go Raisin Effect. Raisin is then going to go ahead and search. We have Mad Love, we have Burger, so I would imagine we're probably grabbing a Caesar here. And that is what I'm looking at. I think we're just trying to double check that this is good. Obviously, Imperm Ash on top of that. Really good. Strong hand here. A little jittery. You can see my leg jittering a little bit, thinking on which one to grab. Oh, I guess the other option is Pluto. Is Pluto better so that you can get a pop? I didn't even consider Pluto as an option. I think that Pluto is actually better because what we could do here is we can go ahead and we linked off Raisin, go for Rock, then add back the Raisin back to hand, and then we could go ahead and search Caesar when we special it back off of the Rock. And I think that is correct there. So having Pluto, grabbing an Ash, that allows, and grabbing Pluto there, the reason why that's good is because that allows us to actually utilize our Ash from the jump and not have to sit on Ash to use it for an interruption. And that's the reason why I grabbed Pluto there over the Caesar, because I know that I can grab Caesar on the next turn, but he is going to go ahead and special summon out Fenrir. We're immediately going to book that before he even gets an opportunity to search. So that's going to be strong there. And then let's see what Shane's got planned. Unfortunately, that is just really strong into the Kashtira engine for him. So I do see a Raisin in hand. I think that's all he can do. He's going to go Stake Your Soul. Stake Your Soul is going to reveal Bell. And I guess we're trying to decide if you want to Ash that or not, obviously. It does look like we drew a Pot of Prosperity off of our Burger draw. And I think what we're considering is, do we want to go ahead and Ash the Stake Your Soul? Because we know that Caesar's going to come down. We are going to go ahead and Ash that. So I don't know if that's correct or not. But we are going to see a normal summon Raisin. We do have the Imperm, but I'm going to put him on it basically. So he's got the Burger, so he's going to resolve Raisin. I basically, you got to force the Imperm there, make him bounce the Raisin back to hand. You deal with it. He can't pop anything, so I think that's really good there. I think that our struggle right now is if we bring out Raisin, we are... Oh, wait, we actually just bring out Raisin, pop the Burger, and then that's going to put him on... Have something, right? So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and activate... We wait for the search. The search is going to go ahead and grab Mad Love. So we make sure that he's not going to get the Caesar here. Then we're going to go Raisin Effect, and we're going to go ahead and search out our own Caesar. And now we can use our Raisin Effect to go ahead and pop here. So I think that's what we're going to do here. Yes, we're going to reveal a Dark and a Fire. The reason why Pluto is so good, we're not revealing that we already had to use our Ash. So that goes ahead and shows you why Pluto is really good, because you get to search it, and then I can went ahead and just use my Ash. Didn't have to sit on the Ash as an interruption to hold to use my Raisin, which let me just sit on Raisin for a while before I actually had to use it. So we are going to go ahead and pop there with our Caesar. So we do have the Earth because we had a Bell. We're going to go ahead and draw for turn. And I think that we're in a really good spot here. So he does have the booked Fenrir. He does have a lot of engine, but I think with our bodies on field, we're going to be able to just go for game here. So we're going to go Caesar Effect, pop the Fenrir. And now we just have to go Burger Effect. We're going to reveal, and that's going to burn for 15. And then if we attack for those two, that will put him at 7,000 life points. We normal summon Raisin, go battle phase, and that's going to be game. So quick work there. Obviously with the OTK, with the Caesar, Burger, Raisin, and then Burger burn. That was obviously over 8,000. So that one worked out really well there for us. We were able to take game number 1, but now we get to see Shane go first with his Kashtira build. If that Kashtira build pops off, it can be very hard to break. So let's dive into game number 2 and see who's going to take it. All right, diving on into game number 2, please consider subscribing, helping us get to 4,000 subs. If you enjoy content like this, comment below. Let us know that you're enjoying it. Look at that Judgment in his hand. That's so pretty. All right, so we're going to see a special summon Fenrir. Fenrir effect is going to activate. I do have a Droll and Lockbird in my hand, so that's going to be really strong. And if I do remember, I think that I actually misplayed in this game, and I had game, but no, maybe that was game 3. Let's see. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grab the Rise Heart. I actually don't play Rise Heart in my deck. I don't like it, but we are going to go ahead and draw there. That's going to be pretty strong. He does have a Bell, and he has Pantera, but he can't special the Pantera. He could normal summon it, but that doesn't really do anything. I guess there's Rock moving, but you know, that doesn't really do much for him in that instance. All right, linking Raisin off for the Rock of the Vanquisher here. He is under Droll, of course. And then Rock of the Vanquisher is going to go ahead and add back the Raisin from the graveyard back to his hand. And as one bad thing about the Kashtira stuff is loses even harder to Droll, but the deck kind of already does lose to Droll a little bit. So it's not, I mean, if you get Drolled, you just get Drolled here. So we're going to go ahead and draw for turn. Shane passes, and we're going to see a Pantera in the hand and a Pluto. We're going to start with a Rhoda. Rhoda is then going to go ahead and activate. That is going to go ahead and search out a Raisin. And then now I would assume we normal summon Raisin possibly. We do have Pantera, and we do want to have to deal with the back row, so it's a thought of what you want to do. You could activate effect of Pantera to special summon if you have the right attributes, but I just don't know if we have the correct attributes. That's the only thing. And so obviously pretty big thing here. We do have the Doggerants. We're going to go ahead and Kaiju over the Fenrir. That's going to open up a lot of plays for us here, because we can now deal with open game state, only have one back row to deal with. We're going to normal summon Raisin. He's going to Judgment though. That I forgot that is the Judgment, and that's one thing that we can't play around is a Judgment, and because not only does it just deals with the whole body. Yeah, so we're gonna go Stake Your Soul, reveal Pluto. That's gonna go ahead and special out the Raisin. We're gonna go ahead and activate Raisin effect to search. And let's see what Shane has up his sleeve here. We do have an Earth and a Fire, so we need to search a Dark here. That does resolve. So I do think that we need to grab Mad Love, maybe. But unfortunately, we can't activate Mad Love effect to bounce the Doggeran, and Doggeran's going to be a problem for us here. That's the one thing that I just don't like about Doggeran, is that this deck actually has a hard time outing it. Of course, you have Raisin. Maybe we should have Raisin popped our own Doggeran, because we are going to see Shane activate Rock in response. That's going to bring out his own Raisin. Raisin effect is then going to go ahead and activate. Yeah, because like we don't have a Dark here for our Mad Love to go ahead and bounce the Doggeran back to hand. That's the idea behind Doggeran, is it has 1200 defense, so you can Mad Love bounce it back to hand. But being stuck, like I said, maybe we should have normal summoned the Raisin Oh, I know exactly what we should have done. We should have put the Doggeran behind the Rock of the Vanquisher. So then when we normal summon Raisin, we could deal with the Rock of the Vanquisher and Doggeran at the same time when it goes to pop. And that would have been the correct play there, actually. So we thoroughly kind of messed that one up. It's unfortunate, but looking back, I'm actually really glad that I reviewed this because I cut Doggeran from my list, and for that reason, because it's hard to out. But if I would have played correctly, I should have just put Doggeran behind the Rock of the Vanquisher, and that way I can actually deal with both of his monsters at the same time. So that actually makes me feel a lot better. That obviously it's my own misplay that cost me this right here, but knowing that, now I know that I can actually play with Doggeran, because it is a good option to have, especially with Ignister doing very well recently. And you can see these towers like Chaos Angel, so I do like having Doggeran option in the deck, but that is really good for me to see that and know that I can do that going forward. So obviously Shane brought out Caesar, then that's going to go ahead and deal with one of our monsters, I believe, and then we have brought out Mad Love off our Rock of the Vanquisher. We're trying to resolve our own Mad Love. We're going to go ahead and try to go for a rank 4 play and try to make a Zeus. So our Shane actually, I don't think he's used the Caesar yet, so we're going to go ahead and continue. And here he has a Bell, which is really strong because obviously we would have gone for a rank 4 play. And I think that Shane saw that line in our deck. But yeah, that's kind of quite annoying actually on my own. Like so that Bell actually really hurt because that stopped us from going for a rank 4 line. That's really annoying. If I would have known that, put Doggeran right behind his own Link and I popped 2 monsters for 1. That actually makes Doggeran kind of insane. So kind of crazy looking back on that, but I think I'm gonna put Doggeran back into my deck now after seeing this. So we see a normal summon of a Raisin. He's gonna put that in the Burger Zone, or the Mad Love Zone. I apologize. He's gonna go ahead and resolve his Raisin. And then that's going to go ahead and grab himself a Mad Love. Now he can use the Caesar, and he could go ahead and probably pop the Rock of the Vanquisher, but he's going to go ahead and Caesar effect. That's going to go ahead and destroy our own Mad Love. And now I would imagine that he's going to go Talents. Talents is going to reveal hand. He's going to go ahead and take Pluto or Raisin. Either one of them are obviously really strong. So if he's going for OTK, then he can go ahead and put the Pluto back, and I'm just going to go ahead and scoop because I have nothing after that. So that is unfortunate there. I think that we had to add back in order to pop, and that's why we was able to activate Talents. Talents being a really strong card, obviously, and then the Mirror Talents is insane. So I was not playing Talents in this list, but I've recently since put Talents into my list. But if you want to check out my first place deck profile, oh, I just dropped that I was in first place. But Shade and I had a rematch in the top 4, and that duel is to come. So please subscribe, and let's dive into game number 3. Alright, diving into game number 3. Like I said, please consider subscribing. Shane and I get a rematch in the top 4, as well as we have another Sword Soul duel coming, and another Rika Sun Avalon duel coming as well. So please stay tuned and subscribe, and stay tuned for that future content. So I am going to go first here. We do see a Kurikara in hand, and I think we have Pluto, so that's unfortunate, but that is 2 fires at least in our hand. That's Caesar, not Kurikara. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and normal summon Mad Love. It's kind of crazy. We didn't open Raisin at all in the 2 game, Game 2 or 3, no access to Raisin. Really unfortunate for us, but we are going to go ahead and grab the Dust Devil. We know that that's really good against his deck. If you remember, Game 1, Burger, we drew into Stake Your Soul, which allowed us to get to Raisin. So that was how we were able to do that. We're going to go ahead and Rock of the Vanquisher, add back the Mad Love. We're going to go ahead and set Dust Devil, and we're going to pass. That is unfortunate for us. That is not a strong start at all. I don't see many hand traps in our hand either, so a lot of Engine, no Raisin. And that's the problem with this deck, is if you don't see Raisin, it makes it really difficult to play. But Shane is going to go ahead and start with the Pressure Planet. Pressure Planet is now going to go ahead and search. And I think that we are going to Drool. So we do have a hand trap. It is Drool, which is a really good hand trap there. So we're going to see him grab Unicorn. And then when he gets Drolled, that hurts. That hurts. It stops your Raisin. It stops your Unicorn. But we are going to see a Fenrir come down. And I would imagine probably go straight to battle. We're going to go ahead and activate Rock of the Vanquisher here. Rock of the Vanquisher is now going to go ahead and special out the Mad Love. We're going to go ahead and get our Mad Love effect. I think that we're trying to go ahead and book the Fenrir is the plan here. But being that they're under Droll, I don't think that we needed to commit to any of this here. But we are going to go ahead and force the Fenrir bouncing the Mad Love back to our hand, summoning Caesar. That forces the Fenrir Banish, and now we can just sit on this and wait for battle phase before we have to actually book him. So that was actually a really good play there. In battle phase, we're going to go ahead and book it. And so that's how we were able to dodge the Fenrir. That makes more sense now why we did that. So we did that in order to force the Fenrir Banish, and then we just go ahead and book it in battle phase, waste his battle phase, and he has the monster setting. So he's going to go ahead and pass. This is a good position for us. We are going to start with a normal summon of a Mad Love. Still no access to Raisin, unfortunate, but we can grab Continue here since we already grabbed the Dust Devil. So we grab Continue. No, nothing in the graveyard, but we're trying to think of some different lines here. If we link up for Rock of the Vanquisher, we can continue special back. We have a fire in hand. I'm not sure, and not sure what the other monster in our hand is. But we know we have Pluto in hand. Maybe we should have summoned Pluto because we don't have a fire. I don't know what that other card is. If it's not a fire, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say we're close to game if we would have went ahead and special Pluto on the other turn. So here I actually make a huge misplay. It's very unfortunate, but I learned from my mistakes here. So I was trying to draw a card. I was trying to get into Raisin. I thought that was really important. So what I did here is actually quite embarrassing. I link both of them off for Cerberus, and I activate the Cerberus effect. And oh, it was Doggeran. So it was a fire in our hand. We could have special summoned Pluto, but I guess we probably top deck Doggeran for turns, so we wanted to keep a fire in our hand in case that we saw a Stake Your Soul. But basically, I make Cerberus effect activates. Since Fenrir was booked, it's not considered a special summon monster, so it actually doesn't resolve. And so I made a Cerberus for nothing. I was trying to get a draw out of it. It actually did nothing, and it was a huge misplay on my end. But don't worry, I get my revenge back in the top 4 match. But yeah, huge misplay for me here. I made Cerberus thinking I can just pop the Fenrir. It doesn't work that way. The other line that I was thinking of is if I have that Doggeran, but again, I probably top decked the Doggeran, so I didn't know that I had that in my hand. Because I could have special summoned the Pluto plus Caesar. I still have to beat over Fenrir, so I don't think it does anything. So I don't think there was a way for me to game here, but definitely making Cerberus here was a huge misplay. Again, I was trying to draw into a Stake Your Soul, and I was trying to draw into a Raisin, so I can use my Rock of the Vanquisher to special summon, or I can use the Stake Your Soul to special summon, and then I can get my engine up and running. So again, huge misplay here, and it's very unfortunate and feels bad. It does feel bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. But now you know that Cerberus cannot destroy a face down monster because it's not considered special summoned anymore. So now you know. Alright, so I don't think that there's much that we could do at this point. We could link off and go for something else, but it doesn't really make sense here. So we are going to go ahead and activate Continue. Continue is going to go ahead and bring out these Caesar. And we're going to go ahead and battle over. Problem is that I think Continue is a quick play, and I could not have activated that on my own turn. So that was also... Oh, wait. I don't think I had it set. No, I had an imperm set. So that was actually fine. So we're going to imperm the Unicorn. So that was correct. I can actually activate Continue from hand, bring back Caesar, battle over the Fenrir, get rid of it, because we don't want him to flip and add. And we had the imperm, so we can imperm the Unicorn. But he is going to go ahead and normal summon out the Raisin. Raisin effect is then going to go ahead and activate because it's not under draw. He's going to go ahead and grab Heavy Burger. Now he can go ahead and activate Raisin, pop both of my monsters by revealing a Dark and a Fire. So he's just going to reveal a Dark. Okay. I think it makes it not be able to destroy by battle, I'm pretty sure. So he doesn't have the right attributes in order to go ahead and pop the column, which is good. We're going to go ahead and see him link off the Raisin, or maybe not. Maybe he goes to battle phase first. He is going to go ahead and activate Heavy Burger. Burger's going to go ahead and bounce the Raisin back, and it's going to go ahead and draw a card. And we do see... We can't see what card it is. I wish we could. You can see me. I'm a little salty. I'm a little mad. My own misplay caught me. It's going to cost me this game, and it's very unfortunate. So Shane's thinking about his plays here. I worry about playing into talents here, and I really don't want to play into talents. I do activate Rocket the Vanquisher though, and we're gonna go ahead and add Mad Love back to hand. And we are going to see the Heavy Burger get linked off for the Rocket the Vanquisher. Now he can go activate his own Rocket the Vanquisher. I think he's going to go ahead and special summon out. Yep, he is going to decide to special summon. He's going to special summon out Raisin. And this time he does have now the correct attributes. He has the Fire in the Dark. That's going to go ahead and pop the column. And here he's obviously in a really good position. He's got Unicorn as well. He can go now Kashtira Riseheart. Kashtira Riseheart can go ahead and activate. We'll banish 3 cards. And I think I see the line here is that he's just going to go ahead and make a Big Eye. Big Eye can go ahead and take my Caesar Valius because I don't have anything in hand that can actually special summon it out or bounce it back. So that's a really good play there. So we are going to go ahead and see. Let's see what he decides to do here. He's looking through his extra deck. I do see him holding Big Eye. We are going to go ahead and take the Riseheart and the Unicorn, make Big Eye. He's going to go ahead and activate the Big Eye effect. That's going to go ahead and detach the Unicorn. That's going to take the Caesar Valius. Now he can go to battle phase. He can hit for 48 direct because Big Eye cannot attack the turn that it uses that effect, so you can't attack the same turn. So that also will be insane because then he could have a Zeus on top of everything else. But he's obviously in a much better position. We don't even have access to Raisin at this point, and we've done this whole game without it. So that is unfortunate on our end. Now he's going to go ahead and link the 2 for Security Dragon, and I think that he is just going to have to. I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe to get the Raisin into the graveyard. It's possible, but we are going to summon Pluto at the end phase there. Pluto will then go ahead and summon. We're going to put an attack, and then we draw. And let's see if we get our access to Raisin. Doesn't look like. Looks like we actually drew Ash there, which can make it 3,000 attack at least. That puts our Pluto at 3,000 attack, so we can deal with one of these bodies. We could even crash the Caesar, but again, that does nothing unless we make it. But actually, it doesn't because we can't crash because of the field spell. The field spell makes the Caesar actually gain more attack, so we actually can't crash, which would have been insane if we could have. And I think that we realized this. We could Doggeran over top of the Caesar, and then we could add the Caesar back. But again, we're pretty much have nothing going for us at this point. We didn't see Raisin at all this entire game, and we play actually 3 Prosperity, 2 Small World, and 3 Stake Your Soul, 3 Raisin, and a Rhoda. So it's just bad drawing, bad RNG, to be honest with you, that we haven't seen Raisin this entire game. And sometimes it happens, and that's the only problem with this deck is even though you have 13 ways to get to it, sometimes you just don't see it at all, even with a few turns passing. And you can see how bad the deck plays if you don't see Raisin. It's rough. It's rough. So, and then on top of that, the Cerberus misplay, the Doggeran misplay. So, but again, Doggeran is insane if you just put it behind the link. We're going to go ahead and normal summon out the Mad Love. We don't have anything to search. We've already searched Dust Devil and Continue. So we Kaiju over his Rocket the Vanquisher. Not sure if that was the right play. Maybe we should have Kaiju'd over the Caesar. I don't know. It's tough either way. We're going to go ahead and link off, add back. We're going to add back the Mad Love. We're just basically circulating a Mad Love at this point, which is rough. That's just rough on our end. He's going to go Caesar effect, and that's going to go ahead and make it unaffected by the attributes. And then damage step, we can activate the Pluto effect to let it gain 3,000 attack, beat over the Security Dragon. But at this point, though, we know that he's got Raisin back in hand. And so, or he can at least make the Raisin. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and scoop here. So we know that he's got it. There's not much we can do, especially with the Doggeran, and we're low on life points. So Shane does take that game, round number 3. He does take it. But we will have a revenge match. There's in the top 4, so stay tuned. Please subscribe and check out our revenge match, which comes in the top 4. So we have one more round 3 to post, 2 more in round 4, and then we're going to hit the top 4 and then finals. So stay tuned for those. Please consider subscribing, help us get to 4,000. And this has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG, signing out.
House of Cards.
TCG.